Live Healthy is brought to you by Kirk Supermarket and Pharmacy.
Can foods trigger a migraine? Well, of course, we have to know. We want to find out. And I'm here at Kirk Supermarket with a nutrition expert, Andrea Hill, who's going to tell us more about what foods can trigger migraines.
Yeah,
Very weird.
Yeah, a lot of people are sensitive to certain foods, and certainly these are just examples of some of the groups of foods that could precipitate a migraine headache for some people. It's certainly not the only foods out there.
Okay.
But you know, just to give people an idea of some of the groups of foods that they need to look out for, it might actually ring true for them what actually might be causing some of their own headaches.
Okay. So let's start with what's going on over there.
Yeah, over here I've got what's called tyramine-rich foods. Tyramine is an amino acid, and it is actually just a natural substance in some of our foods, as you can see here. But for some people, they can actually trigger their migraine headaches. Now, tyramine tends to be in a lot of smoked meats. I've got smoked fish here, smoked and cured other meats. I've got salami, even cheeses. Cheese is a common one, a real common one for people. And other fermented products like soy sauce, for example, is a fermented food, right? Yeah, so flavoring agents, teriyaki sauce, right? Miso, a fermented form of soy, even tempeh. And even things that you'd think are super healthy, right?
Bananas and oranges?
Yeah, bananas and oranges. So I'm not saying that, okay, stop eating bananas and oranges, but what I'm saying is for some people, specific types of fruits, citrus fruits in particular, bananas, even things like raspberries and avocados could even precipitate migraine headaches for some people.
So I noticed it has a lot to do with kind of like a sushi-like kind of meal.
It kind of seems that way, it does, because there's a few fermented types of ingredients here. But you know, if you think about the types of cuisines that are out there and some of the ingredients that we use in our home to flavor certain things, I can kind of see some of that element going in there.
All right, so moving to this bunch here.
Yeah, now MSG, we've talked about MSG, you know what MSG is, right? So not only is it a flavor enhancer, and it's even sold just like this, but it's hidden in things. Okay,
and some of us don't know what it's hidden in.
Yeah.
So having said that,
salad dressings, ranch dressing is classic for MSG.
Wow.
Yeah, hidden MSG.
And I'm in love with ranch dressing.
And you know, the funny thing is, interesting you say that, a lot of people just say, oh, I just love that taste, it just makes me want to just continue eating it and eating it. That's the sort of addictive effect of MSG in action.
Like right now, I'm actually, you know,
thinking about it. Yeah, those brain cells are going, right? Yeah, hidden source of MSG in our ranch dressings, also in some commercial soups. This one in particular does have MSG. I checked it before we started. So again, some convenience items that have that really yummy salty flavor, look at the back, make sure that you're MSG free on this.
Okay, and this also causes migraine.
Oh gosh, yeah. For a lot of people, they say that, you know, I need to definitely watch that there is no MSG in my food. Also accent seasoning, and that's a very common seasoning used here on island.
It is definitely. Yeah. So I see over here you have some meats. Sometimes we use this in sandwiches and breakfast.
Exactly.
Snack.
Yes.
Meat. I don't know.
Yeah.
These two?
Even these things, even things as healthy as smoked meats. Again, remember, smoked fish, smoked meats, right? Preserved things actually that have sodium nitrite. This is a preservative. Also, I mean, it's usually the last ingredient on a lot of these sort of preserved meats. So be aware, get these out.
Oh my goodness, that's good to know, because you know, a lot of people, when you eat or when you're just hanging out or you just had lunch maybe, even all of a sudden you have a headache and you're trying to figure out, well,
what it was.
Well, I know, you know, like why do I have a headache? There's no noise, it's your food.
Exactly.
It's your food.
Exactly.
So over here, this bunch, I noticed there's a lot of caffeine-like products here.
You pretty much hit the nail on the head there. It is caffeine. Caffeine does It can actually promote a headache for a lot of people when we overuse it, but it could really precipitate migraine headaches for people when they're consuming more than 200 milligrams a day. So this is more than about 12 ounces of coffee a day. But in addition to that, I also have a diet soda, because aspartame foods, so artificial sweeteners, could also promote that for a lot of people. So
you know what? Sometimes people complain that they have headache because they haven't consumed their coffee, their soda.
Right.
Does that have like a after effect, kind of like an after effect?
You know what's happening there? That's a withdrawal probably, because some people are so used to having, let's say, 2 or 3 cups a day, and if they're falling short one day for whatever reason, they might get that little bit of withdrawal of caffeine, and that really in itself, the worst headache ever.
And then you become addicted, and then after you might have a headache after you think you've cured your issue, right?
Right. It's a vicious cycle, but the point is, become aware of some of the most common migraine triggers.
All right, become aware. I guess that's your final thought for this segment.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you very much, Andrea, for showing us or telling us a little bit more as to what foods actually could trigger migraines. Thank you.
Thanks, Delisa.
All right, everyone, don't go away. There's more Daybreak coming up after the break. Please stay with us.
Live Healthy is brought to you by Kirk Supermarket and Pharmacy.